What's up? What's up? Checking in, family. How's everybody feeling, man? You here with your boy Bam Bam Belly Young. Want to watch Three Favorite Sons representing Eastside Oz because the Eastside is Oz. Gonna continue to stand 10 foes down on them 10-fold grounds. Yo, drum major for justice because there is no justice for just us. Once again, up in the house with y'all, man. Talk about what's going on, what's happening, and what's up, baby. So much to do, so little time, but we do the best we can before we lose our mind. You agree? Giving all praise to the Most High God, because without him, there would be no air in our lungs, no words in our mouth, no food, no clothes, no shelter, no nothing. All praises to the Most High God for his mercy on his chosen people. Giving shouts out to all my loved ones, man, that's still breathing. And if you're not, man, we giving all praises for God giving us you on loan, letting us lease your friendship for that beautiful amount of time, man. But if you are still breathing, you have the opportunity to get it right, and I need you to do your best to try and get it right. Do your part, man. Try to make this world a little bit better that you're gonna leave your kids in one day. Can you dig it? But yo, man, your boy is back in the house. I know y'all missed me the last couple of days, and I was having to do some little traveling around, man. Shouts out to my boy Keela Sherrills, man, on his award. Shouts out to my brother Khalid Shaw, man, and Stop the Violence organization. That was a nice little function they did, man. On the 4th, tenfold. October 4th, man, hood day. I was in the hood with the homies, man. Nothing but love. A lot of hugs, a lot of kisses, man. That's what hood day's supposed to be about, not no bullshit. Don't get me wrong. I don't agree with the genocidal part, banging. I do understand the cultural part. Unfortunately, you know, a lot of us, too many of us, it's the only culture we got in the United Snakes of Amnesia. Sometimes it bees like that, you know what I mean? But let's get off into the show, man. Let's talk about what's going on, yeah? What's going on? Check out the new background in the background, man. The phoenix rising from its ashes. That is the symbol of Watts, baby. That's why it's throwing up the W. Throwing up the W. I don't see a more beautiful Watts W than the phoenix spreading its wings, yes? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. We love our little city. We're gonna continue to do the best we can with everything we got. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Thank my big boys and the homeboys for dropping in. Check out the show, man. We got a little bit of a show for y'all this evening. Talk about what's going on, something in particular that's going on, man. I mean, how many of y'all know about the president of France being on his way to prison? All praises to the Most High God. He did 5 years. He should get 50,000 years for the crap him and Obama and Hillary Clinton pulled off, man. But we're going to get off into it because it's always more than meets the eye, you know? And we should all have known that from the beginning, man. Karma is a bitch. You often hear people say karma is a bitch. Yeah, man, but the name of this particular label, subtitle of this show is Never Trust Thy Enemy. For like iron is sure to rust, so is his wickedness. Gotta take a closer look, man, and you'll see his wickedness has not been wiped away. Brother Gaddafi, I don't know why he would ever trust these devils, man. But it was the biggest mistake of his life, and it cost him his life. That being said, man, we're gonna get off into these videos so we can discuss, you know, basically, technically, what's been going on with our brother's life. You know what I mean? And that way we'll know. Okay, now I'm pissed off. I hate these computers sometimes. They act so funny. He acts so funny. You're being a little funny. You're being a little funny, honey. No money until you get the bunny, honey. Okay, now this is really... Where are my videos? Okay. As always, where there's a will, there's a way. Stand by, folks. And sometimes these videos get a little harder to put up. Oh, that's what I should have did. Boom. Boom. System is always hating, man. Always hating. But sometimes it bees like that. Y'all already know. Y'all already know. But watch this here. Watch this slick move. World is full of haters, right? Boom. Close off. Go back. Maybe it won't act right now. There we go. Alrighty then.
Did you know Muammar
Get off into these videos, ladies and gentlemen. And everybody can discuss it with your family, get in the chats, whatever. My thing is, hey man, y'all gotta check this out because this world is crazy. Let's go.
Gaddafi's Libya offered many surprising benefits. Under his rule, electricity was free, loans had no interest, and every citizen had the right to own a home. Education and healthcare, both free for all. Buying a car, the government paid half. Unemployed, you got financial support. Newlyweds received $50,000 in a house. Gas was just 4 cents per liter.
Now listen to all of this stuff. Your government leveled, destroyed everything that you're hearing.
And new mothers received $3,000 for their baby. Yet despite all this, Gaddafi was overthrown and killed. Was he a cruel dictator or a leader protecting Libya from foreign powers? What do you think?
Riddle me this. Riddle me this. Was he a dictator or a leader protecting his country from foreign powers? Let's get off into
Share.
it.
Libya. We were the ones that caused Gaddafi's death because Hillary Clinton played a game over there, and I was the one that went over there during the war. Gaddafi asked me to come over. I took a Biden staffer and a Bush staffer and a film crew leader from ABC One in New York, Larry Menti, with me, and a cameraman, because I didn't want the CIA to set me up. I hand carried the letter back from Gaddafi offering to resign. The U.S. didn't want him to resign. They wanted to kill him.
Why?
Because Gaddafi, and I met him 3 times. I took Biden on my second trip to Libya, by the way. He went with me when I spoke to the whole country. And every meeting I had with Gaddafi, he wanted 2 things. He wanted to unite the African continent into a group of nations economically, like European gold, like the European economy. He wanted to base it on the gold standard. And the U.S. and Europe didn't want that. And the other thing is they wanted control of his oil, and they wanted control of his sovereign wealth. So Gaddafi had to go.
As you heard Kurt Weldon admitting that Gaddafi was taken out by the US, this is not a new information.
In 2011, the highest quality of life in Africa was in Libya. Libya was extremely wealthy, and its central banking system was owned by the state itself. Gaddafi had a plan to make a European Union look-alike, but for the continent of Africa. And just like the EU, he wanted to create the African currency as well. When Gaddafi took African countries together and pitched them this idea, Western countries got worried, and that's when they realized they have to get rid of Gaddafi. They did a lot of anti-government propaganda in the country and turned his people against him. And after this, a civil war broke loose. In WikiLeaks, it was proven that Hillary Clinton, the foreign minister of the US, and Sarkozy, the president of France, decided to get rid of Gaddafi. They were more worried about the francs and euros. And if you want to watch the full video, we've made one.
You dumb son of a bitch!
Yeah, they did that, man. They did that. But, in the words of Lenny Kravitz, it ain't over till it's over.
For our next story, let's shift focus to France. A former president has been convicted for the first time in post-war French history and is facing jail time. Nicolas Sarkozy has been handed a 5-year prison sentence for criminal conspiracy.
All praises to the Most High. Goddamn devil. Couldn't happen to a better devil. You're next, Obama.
After he was found guilty of seeking illegal campaign funds from the late Libyan dictator Muammar Gaddafi. A Paris court found Sarkozy guilty of taking campaign financing worth millions of dollars from Gaddafi for his 2007 presidential bid. The court acquitted him of all other charges, including passive corruption and illegal campaign financing. He was also ordered to pay a fine of around $130,000. The verdict shocked Sarkozy and was harsher than many expected.
Oh, it's shocked Sarkozy. I wonder who he pissed off, man. You had to piss off somebody for them to come after him like this. Because on some real shit, didn't he do what he was told? Gaddafi gave this devil $50 million to help fund his presidency. He became president, turned right around, stabbed Gaddafi in the back, led the European assault on bombing Libya. Never trust thy enemy. For like iron and sure to rust, so is his wickedness. The goddamn devil the Bible speak of.
Expected, stunning allies and opponents alike. Sarkozy, who claims the case is politically motivated, has already filed an appeal.
Je demande aux Français.
It's politically motivated. I'm going to appeal. Hey, man, you never know. He might get on the appeal. You know what I mean? You never know. Because the truth is, he's only in there because he done made some European powers angry, or some secret societies, or some international bankers, or somebody done got mad at him, and they decided to, drop a dime, fall guy his ass. He deserves it. I'm praising God for it, because you killed, y'all unalived a man who was doing nothing but right by his own nation. I mean, can't think of no reason why you would do it outside of jealousy. I mean, are the French living power with free electricity? Do they get money when they have kids? Do they get a house when they get married? Do they get free education and free health care? I got a better question. Do fucking Americans get it? United Snakes of Amnesia.
Ask the French people whether they voted for me or not, whether they support me or not, to understand what has just happened. Hatred truly knows no bounds. I will assume my responsibilities. I will comply with the court's summons. And if they absolutely want me to sleep in prison, I will sleep in prison.
All praises. That's what the fuck you deserve. Hey, he's there right now because he had to turn himself in and go into the facility while he, filed his appeal or whatever. So he's where he belongs. Goddamn devil. What these motherfuckers did to Brother Gaddafi was wicked as hell, man. Wicked as hell. Nobody in America could imagine living like Libyans lived. You understand? For them to come in there like they did after he trusted these dogs, man. Barack Osama being the head of that. The main person that made him think, gave him that false sense of security that he could trust the West. He should have never trusted them, period, ever. Period in the story. Wish I could talk to the man and understand why he changed up in his later years and tried to open up to the West and start, doing some kind of trade or research. Man, fuck them. Libya was completely self-contained. Food, they didn't own. They were completely self-contained with food. They produced their own food. They had zero debt. The infrastructure was unbelievably well upkept. And then you had the whole fact that they was at like a 99% literacy rate or something like that. This is what these devils destroyed. That's just it. Hey, Libya was like a Tulsa, Oklahoma continent. It was like a Greenwood, Tulsa, Oklahoma as a nation. You see what they did to Tulsa? Did the same thing to Libya, dog.
But with my head held high, I am innocent. This injustice is a scandal.
Shut up,
and I will
Meg.
not apologize for
Shut up, Meg.
something I did not do.
Et s'ils veulent absolument que je dorme en prison, je dormirai en prison.
Shut up, bitch!
Mais la tête haute. Je suis innocent.
Sarkozy
Shut up, bitch! You dumb son of a bitch! Shut up, bitch!
will have to serve his sentence while awaiting the outcome of the appeal. The case has been running for more than a decade, with multiple investigations, trials, and hearings. The verdict is landmark in French history. The case was triggered in 2011 when the son of the Libyan dictator publicly claimed that the Libyan regime had provided over $55 million to Sarkozy.
Shaking hands with the motherfucking devil. But check out, his son is still alive. I thought they unalived his son too. His son is still alive and he's trying to run for presidency of Libya, something he shouldn't have to do because they didn't have the same government structure as we have here in the United States of Amnesia. But hell, America thinks everybody's supposed to live according to the way they say live, because this is Babylon the Great. This is Rome. This is also Sodom and Gomorrah.
For his 2007 campaign. This claim led to formal investigations in France and multiple hearings and procedures over the following years. 3 co-accused were also involved in the case. Claude Jouent, who was the former interior minister and a close Sarkozy ally, and he has been sentenced to 6 years in prison for his role in the conspiracy. Now, Brice Hortefeux, the former minister and an associate of Sarkozy, sentenced to 2 years, and Eric Worth, former minister and campaign official, who was acquitted. Now, key witnesses included businessman Ziad Taqeddine, who had claimed to have delivered briefcases of cash from Libya to Sarkozy. He later retracted his statement and died suddenly just 2 days before the verdict.
What's up with that? Died suddenly 2 days before the verdict. Boy, I tell you.
Now, Sarkozy's wife, the Italian-born former supermodel and singer Carlo Bruni Sarkozy, was charged last year with hiding evidence and associating with wrongdoers to commit fraud.
All praises.
Both of which
all praises. Send that bitch to jail too. Give a fuck about none of y'all. Y'all didn't give a fuck about none of the people in Libya. Why should anybody give a fuck about y'all?
He denies. The deal was allegedly struck to help both Gaddafi and Sarkozy. Oil-rich Libya at the time was facing international isolation. It was labeled a pariah state for decades due to Gaddafi's links to terrorism and weapons of mass destruction programs. But by the early 2000s, Gaddafi wanted international legitimacy, access to global markets, and an end to sanctions. France, as a key European power, offered diplomatic and economic influence. Gaddafi
standing there with that goddamn, this is the same dude that got with the Osama and Hillary and these other, and NATO and all of them, and decided to destroy this man's country, yo. These people, the devil, the Bible, stay wicked as hell, man. Never trust thy enemy.
Gaddafi also made a state visit to France in 2007 after Sarkozy's win, the first by a Libyan leader in decades, further signifying the close ties between the two leaders. However, Sarkozy played a leading role in European and NATO actions against Gaddafi during the 2011 Libyan civil war, which led to Gaddafi's death and the fall of his regime. Now, this was the...
He played a major role in the assault on Libya. A major role.
Third regime to fall during the Arab Spring, a series of uprisings against authoritarian leaders in the region. But since then, the case has haunted the former French president and has led to a dramatic fall for a conservative leader. Reactions in France have been mixed. While some hailed the decision, others regretted it.
Anybody who regretted it, fuck you too. Some real shit. Let's go to the next video.
Do you believe if you do negative things to people, negative things are going to happen to you? Like, I truly want to know, is this even real? How do you call it? You call it karma, right? Karma. Do you believe karma is real?
Karma is a bitch. So is Obama.
Do you really think everybody that does bad things to other people, bad things end up happening to him? Or have you never seen somebody that's known to be a bad person, criminal, you know, that has lived a beautiful life for a long time and never really been brought to books? And somebody's going to talk about, well, you know, karma, sometimes it's going to happen in heaven where you're going to be thrown in hell. No, not like that. Do you firmly believe that if you do bad things are going to happen to you?
Oh, you definitely reap what you sow. You definitely will reap. All of them are going to reap what they sow. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He who killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. You're not supposed to defile the land with blood. Blood defiles the land. And the only way the land could be cleansed is by the blood of the ones who shedded blood in the first place. This is what the master says. So it has to go that way. I don't feel sorry for none of y'all devils. Because y'all don't feel sorry for none of the crap y'all done did. Y'all done did all kinds of great robbery and deletion everywhere y'all went, every continent you step foot on. That's what done happened. I personally pray that the Most High God has no mercy Well, none of y'all motherfuckers.
Or karma is just a form of people hoping that bad things happen to you, because sometimes they don't. Well, this case is very interesting. We have a case here of Nicolas Sarkozy, this man right here, ex-president of France. He's going to jail. Why is he going to jail? Because he played Gaddafi. What's happening, everybody? I hope you're doing good. It's a beautiful day. Thank you very much for stopping by. Here we talk about the motherland, Africa. It's a pleasure to have you. Your first time.
Shouts out to all the content creators for putting this information out. Gonna make sure I put everybody's link in the description.
My name is Zach. We like you here. We want you to stay. Okay, please stay. Click on the button, subscribe so we can see each other every single day. We come back every day. Great stuff. Today we're talking about Africa. We're talking about Africa through this man right here, Sarkozy. Sarkozy is an ex-French president. He's going to jail. Well, Paris court has sentenced him to 5 years in prison after finding him guilty of criminal conspiracy in a case related to illegal financing of 2007 presidential campaign funded by Libya. So in easy English, this man right here, Sarkozy, was a French president, right? He went to Mohammed Gaddafi back in time to have a discussion. Well, Mohammed Gaddafi, president of this country here, Libya, was a great man for his people. You know, he wasn't democratic. There was no democracy or elections happening over there, but they were happy. I know it sounds odd and crazy to think that there are other systems that work that are not democratic. Well, in Libya, it worked because they had a beautiful life. They got money from the government for nothing. Okay, they got money every time the government sold oil or petrol because they have a lot of it. Whenever a man married a woman, they gave them $5,000. Imagine. Whenever they had a baby, they gave them an apartment for free. For every person that wanted to start agriculture, they gave him tools, a trainer, money, lands, go start. Mohammed Gaddafi, this man right here that people call dictator, brought in water in a country. I mean, look at Libya right here. Libya used to be very, very dry. There was no water, very hot. He did the biggest project of irrigation in the world, bringing water from the sea into the land. And he made the land arable, so the land could be cultivated, so the farmers could thrive. You imagine in a country where you can get help from the government. They give you a trainer, they give you lands, they give you money. Just stop.
Don't get it twisted. America did all of that same thing too. For white settlers in the expansion in the whole manifest destiny era of the United Snakes of Amnesia. Gave them land, gave them all the equipment they needed. They set up agricultural schools to help train them, but that was only for white people. You understand?
Start your farm. You don't have to pay us now. Whenever you feel like you want to pay, you can pay back. That was the Gaddafi's Libya. They call him dictator. In Libya back in time, if you fell sick, okay, and you have difficulties and you need to be treated, and for some reason you need to be treated in a different country because the country doesn't have the tools, the country will give you money and a family member to go with you, to accompany you on a trip, whether it's Switzerland, Japan, or whatever, for good treatment. And they will pay for everything.
I came here with my daughter for treatment. The Libyan government is supposedly paying for it. Why am I being treated so badly?
Because you're from Libya, and they don't appreciate your government paying for your medical and flying you to other countries to make sure you get the best health care possible. For the simple reason why, they don't do that for their citizens. So, kind of like a black eye to these fake ass democratic nations that actually fuck over their people, that actually suck the blood from their people, from their citizens. Right here in the United States too, no different. Everything Gaddafi was doing in Libya is possible here in the United Snakes of Amnesia that has way more money than Libya had. They don't want that because capitalism says I gotta leech off of you and make money off of you. I need you to be poor in order for me to maintain the status that I've created for myself. You understand what I'm saying? These people are the devil, the Bible speaker. I don't care what nobody say. They use uranium-tipped missiles on the aqueduct, the water that Gaddafi created and made possible to irrigate a desert. Uranium-tipped missiles were used on that. Why were y'all destroying their water supply? I thought y'all just wanted to get Gaddafi out of power. Can't stand these devils, dog. I reckon.
They call him who? Dictator. Because he was threatening the West. Now, at that time, Muammar Gaddafi's country was closed up. There was no business happening over there. You know, most of the countries are just markets. Did you know that? Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Congo, they're just markets. Yeah, you are markets. They like you because your market is open. If your market is closed to European businesses, they're going to treat you the same way they treat Cuba and North Korea. Did you know that? Yes, that's why.
You better know it. They're going to isolate you. They're going to have all kinds of sanctions against you. And they're going to try to see to it that no other nations does business with you through their sanctions. A bully. Only a bully try to punk everybody. That's exactly what the United Snakes of Amnesia do. Well, we're looking out for the interests of the United States of America. You're looking out for you're looking out for the illegal interests of the United Snakes of Amnesia.
Why Venezuela is going through the most, because Venezuela wants to work the goods that they have for the people of Venezuela. They're not open to the market of everybody else. Now, Gaddafi,
they're in Trump's crossbow right now. I mean, crosshairs right now. You ain't never seen no Navy military presence in the Caribbean like you seeing right now. But Venezuela got oil. Venezuela got gold. Venezuela got goddamn lithium. So does Bolivia and Chile. So don't be surprised if they're flirting with it right now. Attacking those ships, blowing up those boats in the water, claiming that they're drug traffickers with no evidence, no due process, no kind of proof for nobody. Those are acts of war. To come into international waters and attack a civilian boat with y'all didn't surround it and stop them and arrest them and aborted the ship and found all kinds of narcotics. That ain't what happened. Y'all just shot it with a missile, 2 of them. It's like they trying to provoke them. Bet you ain't gonna do nothing. Bet you ain't gonna do nothing. So if Venezuela attacks, it looks like, oh, you just kicked off an act of war. This is the same thing these snakes did to Mexico for the Mexican-American War when they put the military on the border. They knew it would be some kind of skirmish at some point because you got your military sitting right here. We still going to try to do our day-to-day business, but you got your boats, your submarines, your destroyers, your attack helicopters, all of that flying around. It ain't gonna take nothing for somebody to drop the dishes, just like on Enemy of the State. You know what I'm saying? All it takes for somebody to drop those plates and everybody gonna start shooting at each other. And then America gonna claim victim. I reckon.
Gaddafi was also closed. They didn't have any McDonald's back then or KFC. I know you know McDonald's and KFC. And this business did not have access to Libya. And back in time, they wanted to make war against him. And at a certain time, he relaxed. But then Sarkozy came into the country. When Sarkozy came in the country, he had a discussion with Sarkozy. Sarkozy said, I see you trying to open up. We can do a campaign for you. How about we speak positively about you? Okay, since everybody hates you, at least you have a bridge. I'm European and stuff. You African, even you look kind of light skinned, but you're still African. Now, I can talk for you. I can make the world see that you're a good person. The positive things about Libya. And you give me money. You just finance me so I can become the president. Back in time, Sarkozy was not president yet. He was just an employee of the government of France. He went to Libya, had a discussion with the Libyan president. That was not an official discussion. It was a discussion between him and the president of Libya. Gaddafi said, okay, I'm going to sponsor you. I'm going to give you some money so you can bring in positive things for my country. I want good things for my people anyway. Well, they sent him money numerous times. Approximately $50 million, sometimes in cash.
$50 million he gave to this devil, only to be betrayed by him later and attacked by him. Man, dude.
Begged it. He went through election. He won the election. He became president of France. Guess what he did next? The very next thing he did, he organized himself with Obama to go and bomb Libya. Somebody helps you, okay? You come to his country poor. You're looking for opportunities. And he says, I'm going to help you. Even though you say you're going to open the market for me, you're going to make sure that everybody perceives me in a good light, even though he didn't need that. He only needed approbation from his people. And he had it. Sarkozy said, I'm going to do the work for you. I will help you. But sponsor me. He sponsored Sarkozy. Sarkozy went back to France, became president, and went with Obama and that other lady. They went and bombed Libya. They bombed Libya and they killed him like a dog in the street. They bombed.
They did that. Then they thought they was gonna open up Libya and put their embassies there, and take control over the oil and bring American enterprises there. For some reason, they thought the Libyan people was gonna somehow like them after doing all that. Well, let's see what happens.
Tuesday night at the U.S. consulate in Benghazi, a complex and highly dangerous situation. Outside, an anti-American protest. Then, a group of heavily armed militants, approximately 24 of them, launched an attack firing rocket-propelled grenades.
The attack in Libya appears to be a very coordinated military-style attack. This was not a demonstration gone bad. This was a clear, targeted, planned event.
According to senior U.S. officials, that ignited a fire inside the consulate. American and Libyan security personnel, officials say, were forced to fight on two fronts. The attackers on the outside, the fire inside. Diplomatic sources are beginning to piece together what happened next. Officials tell CNN Ambassador Chris Stevens in Benghazi on a short visit from the capital Tripoli, along with Sean Smith, a 10-year veteran of the State Department in Libya on temporary assignment, took refuge in a safe room along with a lead security officer. But the room became filled with smoke. The officer left the room, they say. When he returned, Smith was dead. Ambassador Stevens was missing. One official says Stevens and possibly others were trying to escape to the roof. But then, confusion. Officials say Stevens got out and somehow ended up at the hospital. Unconfirmed reports say he may have been unconscious. His body later was returned to U.S. officials at the Benghazi airport. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton praised the Libyans who, she said, helped fight off the attackers and carried Ambassador Stevens' body to the hospital.
This was an attack.
Shut up, bitch!
Shut up, Meg.
Shut up, bitch!
Shut up, Meg.
Shut up, bitch!
By a small and savage group.
You dumb son of a bitch!
What the fuck y'all thought? You thought them people was gonna just welcome y'all in? Y'all just completely destroyed their government. Destroyed their whole way of life right now. It's not the same over there right now. You should see, every one of y'all take opportunity, go online and Google the before and after pictures of Libya. Google the pictures of Libya during Gaddafi and Google the pictures of Libya after Gaddafi and see the goddamn difference. These motherfuckers destroyed every nation that Netanyahu claimed that there was an issue with, has been attacked by the United States one by one. Like on some real shit, like Charleston White said, these motherfucking Israelis run you motherfuckers, dude.
Not the people or government of Libya.
Shut up, bitch!
Yeah, right. That was the people on the motherfucking Libya. Who the fuck else were they? Goddamn liar. Thing about it is, you never know. The consulate or whoever the fuck he was there, the United States government probably wanted him gone and used this, and those are probably some motherfucking CIA operatives. For all we know, shit is always more than meets the eye when it comes to United Snakes of Amnesia. This is hell America, dog. You can't put nothing past a devil.
State Department officials believe the attack was planned in advance, but do not believe Ambassador Stevens was directly targeted. Nicholas Burns, a former top State Department official, tells CNN U.S. diplomats are facing an incendiary situation in the Middle East.
The cruel irony here.
As they should. You motherfuckers went over there, destroyed their nations, to killed their women and their children. Over 1 million people in Iraq. We don't know the exact numbers in Libya, but there ain't no telling what it is. These people the devil the Bible speak of. And that go for this punk-ass motherfucker,
Obama dropped
too.
71 bombs a day. Obama, the first black president of the United States, during his 8 years in power from 2009 to 2017, sent troops to wage war in many territories such as Pakistan, Afghanistan, Yemen, Libya, Iraq, and brutally intervened to change the government of Ukraine.
Because they wanted a regime that would be willing to go and try to attack Russia, or they wanted a regime that would be more open to the whole letting NATO in thing. You understand? Can't stand these motherfucking devils, man. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. You heard what he said? 75 bombs a day this punk ass motherfucker was dropping. Everybody thought he was cool. Not to mention he deported more people than fucking Trump. Everybody loved this motherfucker, man. Fuck Osama.
Statistics have shown that during the time the United States was led by President Obama, there were 71 bombs dropped each day outside the country's territory, amounting to over 320 bombs in 8 years. This number far exceeds that of his predecessor, George Walker Bush, who was...
He out-bombed George W.G.W. This motherfucker out-bombed G.W., bruh. Barack Osama. This motherfucker that y'all in love with, that y'all think was like, oh, he was such a good president, one of the worst presidents. He should go down in history as the worst president in the history of the United States, dog. That's just the way I see it. I've been looking at him for a long time sideways, but this shit that they did in Libya, I really said fuck him. Motherfuckers can say what the fuck they want. Gaddafi was the only head of an African nation that ever gave a fuck about the affairs of black people in the United States of Amnesia and was willing to support us. Show me another one that did. Kwame Nkrumah a long time ago, the father of Pan-Africanism. He was a good brother too. But outside of him and Gaddafi, man, Mandela and the rest, man, fuck all of them. On record.
Often known as a violent president. Meanwhile, the total number of bombs dropped by Trump during his 4-year term was only 359.
He dropped more bombs than Donald Trump, yo. All this shit y'all talk. Trump ain't dropped nearly as many bombs. He's a warmonger. Yeah, they all warmonger. You can't be a president of the United States without being a warmonger. But hey, some are better than others.
The total number of bombs that Biden dropped during his 4-year term was 62.
That's because his old ass, he couldn't remember what he was supposed to have been doing, so that's why his number was so low. I'm sure he would have dropped more if he wasn't senile and insane and, well, senile and out of his damn mind, Alzheimer's or some shit.
Not even close to what Obama did in a single day. However, Obama received the Nobel Peace Prize in 2000.
They gave this motherfucker the Nobel Peace Prize. What the fuck did he do that was peaceful? Please explain to me. What did he do to advance science? What did he do to advance literature? These are the things that you're supposed to get the Nobel Peace Prize for. What the fuck did he do to generate peace any fucking where? Goddamn devils, man. I go for this motherfucker too.
2009. Isn't that funny? Follow for more.
Every day, all across the world, American diplomats and civilians work tirelessly to
Shut up, bitch!
advance the interests and values of our nation. Often, they are away from their families. Sometimes they brave great...
Got that raggedy bitch standing next to him. These two motherfuckers in Sarkozy, man, they was responsible for destroying and crippling the most well-to-do nation in Africa that looked out for all the other African nations. Gaddafi did. And paid for them to get their own satellite in the sky so that the Africans would not have to keep getting their internet through European channels. These motherfuckers did that. They got together and unalived a man whose people did not have to pay rent, did not have to pay for electricity, did not have to pay for health care, did not have to pay for education. Okay? Some bullshit, yo.
Danger. Yesterday, 4 of these extraordinary Americans were killed in an attack on our diplomatic post in
Shut up, bitch!
Benghazi. Among those killed was our ambassador,
Shut up, bitch!
Stevens, as well as Foreign Service Officer Sean Smith.
Shut up, bitch!
We are still notifying the families of the others who were killed. And today, the American people stand united in holding the families of the 4 Americans in our thoughts and in our prayers.
Shut up, bitch!
What? Gotta take it easy. What? Gotta take it easy. Give a fuck about y'all, man, on record.
Fine, then I'll call a friend. I'll just open up my address book.
Oh my God, Stan has no friends. And he didn't even realize. He's like America, the guy.
What are you talking about? Of course I have friends.
Stan, honey.
I'll just open up
One
my
more
address
time
book.
for the hood.
Oh my God, Stan has no friends. And he didn't even realize. He's like America, the guy.
What are you talking?
Oh, reckon these motherfuckers. And that's the thing. Most Americans, most of your everyday Americans think other countries love America. Till their asses go vacation somewhere and get kidnapped. Then they find out motherfuckers don't care for y'all. Everybody pretend to be the bully's friend, long as the bully holds power. The minute the bully don't look like just like if y'all ain't never seen Miller's Crossing, man, you can watch. That's one of the most make you think, investigate gangster movies I ever seen. What did that dude tell Leo? What did he tell Leo? You only run shit as long as the people think you run it. The minute they stop thinking it, you don't run it. Y'all, America only in power because everybody was, thinking that they got the power, they this and they that. But the more Russia grows, the more China grows, the more India grows, Brazil grows. All these nations who, got a history with America that ain't the best. And see, they haven't been colonized and conquered and had their history and everything stripped and stolen and burned. No, they know exactly what you motherfuckers done did. And they starting to circle you like a wolf pack. Like they see injury, they see weakness, and they're right to see it. Look at the people in America. America is sissified as fuck. America done turned into a pretty bitch of a nation right now. I don't give a fuck about the American military. They got the best. Shut the fuck up. What that mean? So? Motherfuckers got hypersonic missiles, and motherfuckers know y'all can't stop hypersonic missiles. Well, I know that they can't. People think the United States can fend off anything. No. And that's the sad thing about the sheeple in the United Snakes of Amnesia. They're a lot like the Roman citizens. Until Hannibal came over them mountains on them elephants, they didn't think nobody could ever. And then look what happened. When the barbarians started pounding on Rome, more and more barbaric tribes that Rome thought they had a treaty with or had a relationship or understanding with started joining with the other barbarian tribes and coming in and burning Rome to the fucking ground. Couldn't happen to a better place. Motherfuckers ran shit for 1,265 years, and the United Snakes think they're the new Rome. No, they're just going to give power back to Rome. Read that book, man. But on some real shit, dog, some real shit. America, they actually think they got friends. Americans.
Talking about all a friend.
America thinks that most Americans think other countries love America. Y'all are stupid as a motherfucking bag of rocks. Y'all better do some studying. These motherfuckers that look like the Houthis and shit, they would love for America's military to come to Yemen so they could kill some Americans. So they can unalive some Americans. Real talk. It's people they can't mess with us. You can bomb only so long. At some point, you got to send in infantry. You've got to go and try to occupy the land and try to make the people come to terms. That's what they're waiting on. Because even if their army is so-called defeated, they defeated the Iraqi army. Did it stop insurgents from blowing up Americans regularly? Gunning down American soldiers regularly? Did Americans not have no casualties after they removed Saddam from power? What about Afghanistan? How did that turn out? America is not going to win another war. Listen to what I tell you. Listen to my words. The United Snakes of Amnesia is never going to win another war. They didn't even win World War I or II. If it wasn't for Russia, World War II would have went a whole different way. And look at how America dealing with Russia. You understand? They didn't win in Korea. That was a check. That was a stalemate. They didn't win in Vietnam. They actually got their asses whooped in Vietnam. And Afghanistan looked a lot like Vietnam. They looked like they got chased out it looked just like the fall of Saigon. When America was trying to get up out of Afghanistan, leaving all that equipment and shit. Trillions of dollars spent. The average American, this is America. Man, America ain't shit.
Just open up my address book.
Oh my God, Stan has no friends. And he didn't even realize. He's like America, the guy.
What are you talking?
Tulsi Gabbard, caught President Obama absolutely cold. What they did to this country, starting in 2016, going up to 2020 in the election, they tried to rig the election, and they got caught. And there should be very severe consequences for that. You know, when we caught Hillary Clinton, I said, you know what? Let's not go too far here. It's the ex-wife of a president, and I thought it was sort of terrible. And I let her off the hook, and I'm very happy I did. But after what they did to me, and whether it's right or wrong, it's time to go after people. Obama's been caught directly. So people say, oh, you know, a group. It's not a group. It's Obama. His orders are on the paper. The papers are signed. The papers came right out of their office. They sent everything to be highly classified. Well, the highly classified's been released. And what they did in 2016 and in 2020 is very criminal. It's criminal at the highest level. So that's really the things you should be talking about.
This document was then used as the foundation.
You see, all politicians do break the law and commit criminal acts. But people always look the other way because they're politicians. A lot of times, the most powerful, they know what you did. And they keep it like a credit card. And they figure they'll use it later to fuck you when the time comes. And I say, why do you think Weinstein is dead? I mean, what's his name? Epstein. Why do you think he dead? Because he was holding too many of those credit cards. And they said, nah, gotta get rid of this dude. He can really use the stuff that he know and can hurt people. No different than Puffy, you know what I'm saying? No different than Rick James. That's why he, died before he wrote his tell-all book. Don't tell him what he knew about politicians, celebrities, and all of the elite of the United Snakes of Amnesia.
Foundation for everything that came next. It was essentially a years-long coup that was launched against President Trump before he even had the opportunity to take his oath of office and be sworn in as President of the United States. So, as you know, there was a Mueller investigation that went on for years, cost taxpayers nearly $40 million. There were 2 congressional impeachments. President Trump and almost every member of his family were smeared and attacked, faced lawsuits, depositions. High-level officials were in.
Never trust thy enemy. Well, like iron is sure to rust. Yo, they really did go after Trump. Real, you heard what he said. Hey, they came after me. I let Hillary off. She's a white woman. I really think they're finna go after this dude. Hey, there's never been a president of the United States to go to prison after serving as president. Is it surprising to anybody that the first one to do so may be the so-called black one?
Investigated, some were arrested and put in jail. The list goes on and on about the ramifications of this, but foundational to it all was the fact that we had in President Obama and his leadership team people who did not want to accept the will of the American people in electing Donald Trump in 2016 and therefore cooked up this treasonous conspiracy.
I say, goddamn. I say, goddamn. Too many suckers and not enough time. Click on me 9. Believe these motherfuckers? Yo. Fuck ass going to jail too. I pray he do. Fuck that motherfucker, man. Nigga put on the worst motherfucker. Hey, I don't care for none of them, but that motherfucker. Never would forgive him for the shit he did, man. Watts gotta take it easy. Watts gotta take it easy. Watts gotta take it easy. You know. Yeah, man. So it is what it is, yo. It is what it is. If y'all ain't been paying attention, y'all need to pay some attention. Karma is a bitch. But my master say you gotta reap what you sow. Here it in the story. They can take it out the fuck they want, man. I don't give a fuck about none of these motherfuckers. Every one of them that conspired to destroy a leader of a country whose people didn't have to pay rent, and you got $5,000 for having a baby and money for getting married and a deposit in your checking account whenever the national product of the country made money. Man, we don't got none of that shit. That so-called America is the greatest country in the world. Bullshit. I beg to differ. We can show you some that are better. On me, dude. But yeah, that is what it is, man. That's tonight's show, man. Take the information and do whatever the freak you want to do with it, man. I'm just trying to be the one to deliver it, man. My job is to talk about what's up, what's happening, and what's going on. And that, my dear boys, is what's up, what's happening, and what's going on. President of France has been arrested, well, has been convicted and is going to prison for 5 years for taking over $50 million from Muammar Gaddafi, then turning around, attacking him and killing him. They don't give a fuck about him doing that part. Like I said, he pissed somebody off. Just like old Slumber probably got some motherfuckers upset with him over something he done did. Bottom line is, I hope that motherfucker go to jail too. I hope that motherfucker Hillary Clinton go to jail with him. You know what I'm saying? And I look forward to my master coming back and leveling this motherfucking place with thermonuclear destruction. It's gonna happen. To pray for America's antichrist, you fake ass Christians. Fuck this place. Can't wait for my master to destroy this place, man. Wicked as hell. Ain't never did right by the people that built this motherfucker for free. So I ain't got no love, man. May my Lord have no mercy on you devils for what y'all done did on this earth. I mean that. Anyway, thanks for tuning in with your boy Bam Bam Belly Young, one of Watts' 3 sons, man. We up in there, man. We up in here. And I just want y'all to understand that I love y'all to death and love y'all to life, because we live to die, we die to live again. 360 degrees, comprehend. Shouts out to the grand verbalizer function lesson, Brother J. God select me, he protects me, God makes the path so the world respects me. 0 to 12, our grandest creator. I pray for them, both sides of the equator. Abba Yahweh, when will they learn? They love Babylon, and for that they're gonna burn. Talk about my people, y'all better wise up. I'll go destroy this place, man. Real talk. Chance favors the prepared. I pray that all my people get prepared, because we do not know what's coming next. Love y'all to death, love y'all to life, man. Until next time, man, y'all keep breathing, man. If you breathe, you got opportunity to get it right. Get out here and do your part to try to make this world better that you can leave your kids in one day, yeah? Shouts out to Big Scan in the house. Shouts out to my big brother, Daoud. And then my big brother, Big U out of Danella in the house, man. Love y'all to death, love y'all to life, man. Love all of Eastside Watts, all 4 corners. Shouts out to the beloveds, man, in these streets that's doing the work, trying to help our people. And shouts out to my people, man, that's out there struggling. That's part of the loss, man. But don't worry, we're going to listen, observe, and study and teach so we can pull the loss out of the loss, man. It's all about the loss. Our master came for the lost sheep. Nobody more lost to us. I reckon. Love y'all to death, love y'all to life. Till next time, man, y'all keep it real, man. Keep on trying to find that truth. The truth shall set you free. Shalom Barakatah.